Why is it on my sofa? Daddy, tell me why you sit on my sofa. Tell me why.
Go into your room. No noise, please. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الحمد لله الحمد لله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My Gambian brothers and sisters,
I'm the vice president.
I am back again to have an important conversation with you all about our beloved country, the Gambia. This conversation I'm coming to have with you, I mean, if you can share it as much as you can, and so it will bring an awareness to a lot of our people. The Gambia is at a stage where it is us, the Gambians, who have to come together and understand where we have come from the time we get our independence from our colonial masters to the day today. So I am going to start by playing a video. So I'm going to play it so that you can hear what is being said. And from there we will talk about something else in order to put the whole picture together. The point I want to bring onto the platform today. We have to listen to at least two tapes. And then I will read a chapter of a news to you. Because we, the Gambians today, we are very much concentrating onto the political scene of the Gambia. But really, we have to think outside the box to see where we are. To start with, listen to this lady that is working in one of our hospitals, in the Royal Victoria Hospital.
Talking about this shortage of materials, this is something that has been ongoing since we joined the health system. It's something that has become normal in the health system. The government doesn't really care. Ministry of Health does not care. Hospital administrations or hospital management who we think will work with us, they don't really care. I'll take an example for myself. I have some of my colleagues here. I work in the ICU and the accident and emergency unit. You come to work, you have one piece of glove that you will use to give medication for the whole ward. You can have a patient of a ward of 15 patients or 20. You will use one glove to give medication. When you come to syringes, I was on night duties. We will go to the duty room. They will count how many patients do you have in your ward. For example, if you have 10 patients, they will give you 10 syringes, needle and syringe. I will use one needle and syringe for your 10 p.m. medication. I will keep it for the 12 a.m. medication and keep it again for the 6 a.m. medication for one patient. I will put you at risk, put the other patients at risk, and put myself at risk. Sometimes we work without gloves. I have cleaned a patient who messed up without gloves. My colleague is there, Sira. And what we got at the end of the month was they deducted $1,000 from our salaries because we could not have gloves to clean that patient. This is not just about saying one of the things that is happening. Mere oxygen, patients cannot have it. The energy you use running around the hospital to get resources is far more than the energy you put in taking care of the patient. That is what is happening all over the country. And when it comes to health equity in the Gambia, it's zero. Not everybody is equal when it comes to healthcare service in the Gambia. I've seen a couple of times, we have patients, they'll bring them into the ICU when they are not supposed to be there. The less privileged are dying somewhere when they need the service. But because you are from a high income or whatever class they categorize you, or you are from a VIP, either a minister also, they bring you there, or you will need a resource that is not available in the hospital currently, but it is in the store. Because you are a nobody, you are...
My brothers, this woman speaking here, he is a nurse at the Royal Victoria Hospital. This is where they are having this meeting with the media team. So let's continue listening to exactly what is happening in the main hospital, in the Royal Victoria Hospital, as you can hear from the host's mouth.
You have no connection with anybody at the government level. Nobody will come from their house to bring out that resources that you need. We are all human beings. But if somebody from the ministry of government, whatever sector, or you are part of the government facilities, heads or whatever, as long as you are considered as VIP, somebody will come out from their home, whether it's 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., to bring out whatever resources you need and give it to you. But the lay person, who is a less privileged person, will not have that opportunity. So we lack gloves in the hospital. Medications are never available. Hospital beds are never available. So it's normal to go to a hospital in the Gambia Gambia without hospital beds. But whenever somebody is coming from the ministry or the president is coming around, our so-called leaders will make sure even A&E, the beds, will have beds, which I feel is tricky. That is not supposed to be done. You know? So I would just, I'm so emotional. I don't normally talk like this, but I would just end my talk here and resume my.
I mean, my brothers, what this nurse is talking about here, we have had a lot of stories like this before, that it is happening in the Gambia. And until today, because this video is very recent, until today, things like this is happening. So, what I want to say here is, our friends in the Gambia, when I say our friends, are the people that we think that they are there because they care about the country. They are there because they care about humanity. That they want to see democracy in our country, because these are the things they talk about. So if I read this story, is from the Point newspaper. That says that the European Union gives $338 million budget support to the Gambia. The ambassador points to management of public finance, electoral, constitutional reforms. So they said, the European Union, this is just last week, has given the Gambia government a 338 million Gambian dollars. For what? To finance public finance, electoral, constitutional reforms. It is this European embassy or representative in the Gambia that we saw talking when our people reject the draft constitution from the House. This draft constitution, it is the first of its kind in the Gambia, that we have a term limit in it. That if our MPs approve it and it comes to us, the public, we vote for it, then it's going to stand as the law of our country that any president that comes to the Gambia, he's only going to stay for 2 terms. But when it was rejected, we saw the European ambassador in the Gambia who wrote to them. But if we all remember what he says there, he didn't say that if they fail to put that through, he will see to it that this kind of money will stop coming from Europe to the government. No, he just advised them the so-called democracy, the right, and how important that draft constitution was for the Gambian MPs to put it through. But that was like just yesterday, and today here he is giving them a 338 million Gambian dollars again. After when I play this video for you where our nurses are saying in our hospitals that the poor person have no chance in the hospitals in the Gambia. Why? Because he said sometimes poor people come, they put them in the beds. Some beds don't even have a mattress on it. But if a minister or a relative of a minister come from anywhere into that hospital, some doctors, even if they are off duty, they will come straight back into the hospital to look after that patient. And we had the lady, the nurse said that if they come to report, at the beginning of every shift, they give them 10 syringes to inject the patients they have in the ward. And maybe if each one of them will have up to 10 patients in that ward. So their supervisor or their team leader will count how many syringes she have to use in that shift. So he said that it will always use those 10 syringes within her patients. Inject them once, come and save it. And the next time to inject the same person, you fill the same syringes and go and inject them. This is happening in our country. And this meeting was all over the social media. If the EU ambassador, the American ambassador, the British High Commissioner, all these three that I have named, they have massive offices in our country. They have their people working under them. All these NGOs, all these Peace Corps in our country. But look at all what is happening in the Gambia. But what did they say about it? But upon that, now here they are giving them money. Money that they will never check whether it is spent the right way or not. This is the problem we have in the Gambia. And this is why I think we, the Gambians, we should come up, unite, and demand not only to our government, but with these friends of ours in the country, which is the European Union ambassador, the American ambassador, the British High Commissioner, and tell them that it's high time for them to understand that this is not the way to help the Gambian people. If they care about the Gambian people, it's high time for them to understand where the monies they are pumping to our government is going, unless they want them to use the money like that, wasting the millions they are giving them. And they come from their own people here in the Europe and take their taxpayers' money to tell them that they are helping the Gambia. But I think now the European, the Americans, the British themselves should now understand that their monies that is going to us is not definitely helping our people, but those at the top, because they are flying with their flashy cars. One person in the government is driving a $3 million vehicle, when obviously some hospital beds have no mattress on it. We saw our patients lying on a dry metal beds. And here we go. We want to be privileged partners of the new Gambia, in addition to the 75 million euro package of immediate support signed today. We are already preparing a medium-term package of 150 million euro, which will focus on building the capacity of the state and on job creation. Commissioner Mimica declared. Just look at this. European Union give a 75 million euros. And then he said another package is there at 150 million euros. Then he went on to say that it is to focus on the building the capacities of the state and on job creation. What jobs? I think when the European Union spent the first money on the Gambia government, especially if they mention that it is for creating jobs, then after 2 years, they should be able to go and check what that money is spent on. But here we are, After all the money they give to the Gambia government, here we have the British, the European Union ambassador again declaring to give another money to the Gambia government. Why do they support? Why are they supporting the budgets? So this is why I'm saying that we the Gambians, we need to wake up. We need to be out there to ask these people questions. The same questions we are asking our people, our politicians, the people we put in charge to be responsible of the running of our country. I think now it is time to ask the same question to the people that call themselves our friends. This is what I have, and I think it is important for us Gambians to see where we are. So I'm going to play the second video again so that you can see. Another problem. My brothers. This is the story about this boy here.
Yambere ate konyo komba opera nko ediko anko abete ata yonta nje follow karkili lo kumfula ndilu woni ata nko ko sai fo opera mbaso be konyo ko hal basulal lo karkili lo kumfula nyanko ko sai aljibe banana mambala faso do malente asabla faso no malay ko nyimbe nyaminte ninte jaro sol kumo ko ndim no sabe nyemo dina fola nyakonyo hani bisay ngaji be nyawni alta jaro sol ta bantal bangol ka nko sanim ta bantal bangol ka atende bla tate bla be aldurna bu ko to sai mako bunda kayto to bang kayto men ka sesenia nsa findi ndi bandi ikonyo ko hay basula lu ikonyo ko ta sai futala woro ntaji ko tek ikonyo ko kayto nyi sai ngaji be nyani sai sai ta sunola fone fen ndinna sanda de me jara lo ko ha
jibe kanyin temena on mimba kerin television auto kalbis na nan kotanke felentin basirin jande bar mien sindi jambi abalafa warta bada inalia jibe musola bisirin ana buru malam fakki malam ya na bama yo wonim fanan dinno wala mu dinno nyin wala jakal ko soto andu ay jakal ko minti wala sasati bare sasa min fon balan tol fon malam andu bare mi tan mo wala indiko iko ya itendila ko nyindino asasata la ando amete bulo kono le do ya prefale pro nyin kabako amari ayata tamad la pro nyin kabako ay operation yinke bare chocolate fon kad ya amari fon dala kono ba nyindino matata fem fono la ando malay kolom dum ay demaro fon ak nit le o tatol mi yalon kalben jibe kam folo dinno ngi demaro la nit from alla bulo kono oto momo ya bala faso pour kay ndino makoy isalon ko ye fon la makoy andi isalon ko yela samal fanan sang oto tawato jenila folo bala fulale ye to fo molye andi ya fo molye minam nyindi ndon la poto ngoti
nto mo lamin nete lamin manja dinu nyi safo kono dimo la muna kono dimo nyi folota banyun janne birum folota banyun birkama jang ye tambe ndi banyun banyun mbije ye lande so mbije la bori ma shoto mbije ngajara ko ma ka batale ina ta borol safene nga borol sang ba bor san nun tanu nalbe ku manjara no bari tere ya nyina fonne ko mi nyanda ka oper so opero nyi bidinga ko do jodoro ko nyam machine tinyatale so machine ni na ko do nyi ngale jelle jo ko do jo nga 3000 na jo ko do nyi so ko do bidinga 3000 o jo e ko opero nyi bakelale bari janu opero nyi bakele ko nyam machine tinyatale folo bidin ko do majo folo de yajere so ko do nata jore ke ko machine tinyatale yajere so machine na tinyani nata ko no mal fo badada e ko opero do ko ni wato wade.
So as you look at this child here. And the parents are telling you that he's got this illness for more than 3 months. And they spent time in this hospital. From their local clinic, they refer them to the main hospital in the city, the Gambia's biggest hospital, where they took 3,000 Gambian dollars from these poor people and keep giving them medicines that hadn't worked for the child. All the time they hold this child at the hospital. They did nothing for him. This is why they are saying that they have to go for somewhere else, abroad for treatment. Listen to this parent.
Because biri askan ya natale ngan natalo ninja fimma da fimma la ba kono afula la bijena
okay bare mala mum fensi fala
anin da famalo mum fensi fala ma
ko wadi mala nyem sa
ni ameta la de nak bari tel docteur ni ka na wulutale ba mo fin jararol ni tata dawoda wal ka fa kombi do mo rindirolo ha
okay ambar muso fa ne min lo ngina dinno la ko to anin ali mum bata ko la so do nyin ko kono
ntode nya ko ke tambo ne tafa ya halo nimbala fa ba hindi no nyibiri ne sasa nyama na bila birka me birna da birka nya yenda fa ko banjun mfata baranjuno e la no de bila ska ya ne fa pare ndala la be ndala be ko nyogo ta ska nda ska na fa pare nada ko don ko jeli ko da civil war ay del civil staba mo wul sabo ska ngajo mana ta be jana ta fa fa ko ngata boro san abuko wul kilin ke mo wor da stalu nda boro san abuko na wul kilin ke mo wor da stalu nata bir nata donga boros ke nata ya ari afenge ngaska babe aska ngasta na ta to ato minna adafe mal be kono nyun kono bar fulala do be stante do be karke so nyimba yambira de konyo komba opera ko di ko anko abete ata yonta ne je follo karkili lo kun fula dillo ne ata ko sa fo opera ba so be konyo ko hal ba sulal lo karkili lo kun fula nyan ko sai aljibe ba nan ba fa so malente ya se ba fa so malay ko nyimbe nyaminte nyanta jaro so ko mo ko ndim no so nyemo ni na fula nya konyo hani bisa ngaji be nyanyindi ata jaro so ta bantal bankol ka ko sanim ta bantal bankol ka atente bla tate bla be aldrna bul wata sai ma ko bunda kaito to bang kaito me ga sesenia nsa finde ndi bande e ko hay ba sula lu ko ko ta sai futala woro ntaje ko tek e ko kaito ni sai ngaji benya ni sai ta sunola fone fen ndinna santa de me jara ko santa de me jara ko santa bo jara ko me famu na mun to mbade tele pour kaito ni ske ya sa fe adinna ko e bisa yam fu ban dinno ngasa mo mari ngolo na fa dan sala ko alla ni ndawol ban na jara bun kato dam fana ngokel ngo sala bulang bale ya ngasa kuloro lokun kilim lokun fla sasa ni mamman ngasa nje ko teke ngalo kun fla kilaji ko teke dam ge pen ko ko na ba press moni bukadin sango jibe ko adbi aliyam fuma len non mamaro skali adin alal ya karfal wa almi ya karfa ni ata alal ya karfa nyami na ka ba tala asata non bulle ni da alka balu fa balu saliyam fu ngata wosilo nga ke se force tembula e mbula satana kuloro ngo bata bege din sta siba no lamu so man sta banja bango
badingol albele nyimoy niya jen kanyem video sifal player le pro alfango nya yaje ko to nyale mantara fania fokan mantara tumirola katu nyemu molti mi yalon ko nyinketa fangolela yajel fuaro mi yalon ko iko adingo dindingo be teng akonobe wararin teng ite ko adoba to ana wuluta lete as a doctor yewole fo itoli yaje but bring nyem kopulol nata lopitanoto obviously ntola Gambia na la Gambia ya inyanta lonale exactly membe nyendindingola wo wato janni be mutala yela time waste to this to this extent yajale ye wuli saba follow table ko ne ko be opero le kala dindingola ye kodo mutawato mina wo ko la le nata foeko masingo tinyatale woji bede ite malo nyim fuaro ye nyin kodo soto nyaadi la be difficult le bulu nyaadi la pour ye wuli sabo soto no bari nyim molta te wuli sabo te bloko no i murta ko tenke ye another wuli killing keme woro te blokon puru malom fo extrait lembam fo minam because aliya moy le muso fangol be diamo la te ni tolbe diamo le ya fo kon tolmin ka si social media nka tara kuma kensem folela but say nin nata nga video fango player video mini yalon ko Gambia fango yede da wolto molle batate torata yaje itata loptano minto imam makoyro sotoje foyla kodo min tinyata je say nyim fuaro libetala mintole wonatinna inata journalist okan puru ne waya tano ayake mol nya sajeno but say Gambia mbetenne na mol every day lembe jela social media yenanang ibendani la kodol iba folako nga GoFundMe contribution olke obviously biring nga wokuma si nyim banko kanga sia ametale saing by now ntol Gambian ol nyanta tarla position lo to mi ndami yalon ko mbe nyanta finti la bantale nga tandi mo la mini be malari na banko la ko nying atamitale na fuaro te taranola nyin na banko kang yajele ika domandingol ministoto ike dingol balala purukata ka jararoke wo jararo fana ifuta lopitano to nyimmo kurungol ye la kodol te blokono ite fendile la miyalon ka be la hajol jarala afela kotenke ye wuli nani keme woro min bete blokono afela sai koyko altanya anyanta tala bantala bankol taleta jararo laji Kevin Toure nimbara fama ndingo keda mbadingol alngan tulolo nyinku wala ba
ya wodale ga na kuno waje ne afanya ko na pa mo ko lefle pour kataji bari ni aje bita la fana to ke la me an ko sa kala mutam ko je ko sa sinema ina finni ni je
to nyalo
yo bala fa ni me do dino bala fa len sinni ja
okay woto mbadi won tolle moy yola in the first place ñum dino malay kolti secondly dino according to ya fo nyami wala ñu ko yu pata jamala take dino wala karola secondly même fomu ya bala fa wala ñu ko eco like bria scan fenetra no akono and wo fengo nyin e ko ba operate lale but operational process on nyin e ko do jole fo wuli saba and wo wuli saba woni fanan e manna ke ko e makka fo ko ntol den tan operate no la but e même fo wala indi ko e ko la mbaso ngale prepare soto woto sa en kumin bo nyama e to liye but for last minute e ko bringing ta bantara kata outside oversea bring ka boko ka nyin pra jaralo soto and wo mo fena de mialon ko according to ya fa nyama ate bulo kono but na like gambe jantoro na so kuno la musu don ya fo nyama ay ko rojo la 3000 prin kama ko ya operate boda akola inata kan fa ko masimanye problem soto andum pour ça ye reference paper fananta ka di ala foroto akono so nyum fanan ko fo sa fendi ala oto wo mum fena de mialon ko o bangina kake bada wo mum fena de mialon ko aw molto da oto atol mialon kal ben jibe kan atol la sambo soto andum momo bala fata kanyum malaiko mako kanyum malaiko ka life di ala because mo malon so manyum malaiko be kala minati mo malon so
sa nyendinde ngo konobe kanyandinte nyamin mintuma le kodobe kafun na fay sino fo nyendinde ngo bondino Gambia aina oversee treatment so wala tina ngani news page o read from the Point newspaper European embassy be kodo mi nyikala badila Gambia government la puru ila nyinkuol mi kala fo ila mansa kundal to teng nte manta say na nyinkuol kan nte lafta mi fola wala mi
mala ko ase keno fembati nyimba
nyinkodol mi yalon ko ika wolle nyika itol tubabol iko ikantolle mako yala nyim video flol mi nge playting wolle follow fintita janning last week nying European Union la nying ambassador be fintila ka foko ye $338 million sis ya wolata ya bondi ya di Gambia government la when obviously be nying cool mim fo kanten sign right now nyim fuarol be nying cool mim be fo kanten mine ya sabu jorango man soto lopitano to walati na nyim musoko ye wuli sabote blokono inata fo ko masingo tinyata but natara European Union aning American Embassy aning the British High Commissioner mimbe siri na Bangkokan. Biring ntolbem fallon na nying embassy ben na Bangkokan. Inila staff sol. Wolbe ta fula ko ital I malonko. Gambia be tenne nyin sifal le ben na lopitanol to fuarol be batakan tenne na lopitanol kon. Katu ning atare ka min be fo ko wo relation ole be tol nin tol la mansa kunda wota multa ko itolla relation o be tol nin mansa kunda doron ne tema puru ikajibe ibe kodol tala ibe tapalela nyaming ya dundi nyo blokon katu obviously nyim body sabol min ngefote ibe na banko kan natare keata Gambian kolla wallahi kanyim millionol min be tay kanyike kadi Gambia government le nyanta tala le ya sam masingol minebe American Embassy balila pura itama aita banjul lopitano kono aita mol visit je every 3 months hana tara kake nyum video follow mi nga plating no so le be diamu kan en natare kata tamanta mangolo wood lato ini wo no so kaja mote balandila wol katu ye sembole soton na banko kan so natara ika mim fo wole beto inatale puru ika Gambia le makoy walla ntolla fuare ya la yatinna Teni tenae ka fonyeko ye 75 million euro di Gambia government lale. Imurta, you know, we are already preparing a medium term package. So amunta pa term lem. So si konying ibe pare kan ne puruka package tema lankota kanadi Gambia government la kotenke min nyanta kanya na package a term package of 150 million euros. Which will focus on building the capacity of the state and on job creation. So European Union benyem fola Gambian or la tata Gambian newspaper le because nkanye me read the Gambia Point newspaper which is one of the biggest news outlet in the Gambia. So ni tata yenying articles yenying sifa announce je ye figures all base ape je nyem million ol mume be ko ibeta wala nyikala yadi Gambia government la minati na European Union la representative for mimbe Gambia birin chuku for saying wo malonko ntolla laptanol kono bori betol mantaraji laram betol mantaraji no soko ika penkura nitol nate ibela sifto start la ibe penkuran tanne nyikala yadi atela so atebe marala woto minna woto wolem kono mi yalonko kurantol katara la renjeleto so itol doctor ol ni no soli kamara mo nangam lela ni nata do kola le kala foeko altol be mara la nyim mo nangam molla nyi wa montoro wati nangam mo kono bidnal ya commencé fo jannal be jil so nata ran tolla no so fongole nata ka wo fonye ko ni tate be do ko commencé le ka penguran tandoron ne dila ya foeko albe nyin de usla alla sifto mu me be kon when jamma fongolla penguran kilingo nie hadama dingo pengala ika bondile ya fay bari buka hanama dindo ta ya pengola o ya murinde mo kilingo bala kotenge bari nyini ko tolbe wala kekan nie penguran tandila natara mo muwanne bela wodo kono wo mo muwango bebe pengula wala la wo montoro wati seo mi wono so ba kila wo sifto kon abota wala fola nyim video to teng indabe nyim fola to momina aketa loptano fangole kono nyin journalist soltati e tarajel to is be sitting round the table no so fangonata aba foka ngai do fanan kumande mimala collecte ado ku nyodo fanan ay wota ay woke sedo tiko abe mim fokan to nyale woto mbadi ngol ma falie ko ngakuke mi yalonko asim bulo fale nkamim foteng afeya tale purukake mbe wakilla le nga wuli nga nyinin karol ke nga kuwol futandi molla anyanta futala daming birin di point newspaper nying article safe nyanta jela le Gambian ol ye wuli yeta ye European Embassy nyinin ka bawala headline ko EU gives 338 million Gambian dollars budget support to the Gambia. Ambassador points to the management of public finance, electoral, constitutional reforms. alen kana so mol yenke kodi nyinin dangoti ibe wala keke ben kekan kodi nyinin dirangol leti sain. And it's high time tol Gambianol nganya yele bi Gambianol nyanta kafulale ye a very big letter safe ya send ya ki the EU ambassador in the Gambia ya tandala ko ntol man trosoto na man sakunda to kotenke hanin na minister min fango maratan na loptano la man trosoto la kotenke so lafta minna nibe $338 million nyikala ibadi la Gambia government la itol mimbe siri na banko ka yeta ya jibe na tare se wo 308 million otano ye loptan beto lo wala ye masim beto ka kono itol salon ko from there Gambia no lebe dahala because wo fuaro lebitala wo lopitano kono e jararo sifa be sotoje asatara ite nyin kodi bal bondila bara fere nyanti fuaro ba fulako atata loptano ta dingola kurango kama wuli saba bonde adi do kulal loptano to iko iba operlale ala wo kodo dio kole nata faiko masingoti nyatale biri wo yewali wo wato min beke wod lato be twisan ton la tanin ne be kodo tale blokon mun hadama den sifal le ka wo keno inyong hadama dingol ba nimbe siri mbe ngata mbe lola platform dol to mbe tulolo la nyim political nyo jalay kensengola when obviously kuol mim mulunta ko teng wobe laare nyen na banko kan mfangola mol every time ibenan kan social media alkari makoy bi Gambia molbe siri na mini yalonko ya kela do quality ngamira kurantol ke tol doronde wali janni bitala hospital oldo katu yala no ko ni nati tol kay tol bina ntol diaspora nol kay ya fonye ko ngata go phone ke bawon tol Gambia no la balafa warata len sa besa akumasi kanna ko dindingol ka funyola ye wo kodol nyika yeta di wo mari la wo sena fintino ay ta jara rol. But how long len tol nyanta wokela as Gambians so nteka wala fote natara wo fuare ya benkan fo nkana nyo kannen kafal nga kafundiro ke nganna banku di nyol makoy jararo bundala woto nimbe siri ngaje nyin koditi banku koditi bal mini be siri na banko ka minketa American Embassy, British High Commissioner and European Union al nga tonya foy ko natare yentol kanule tonya ika millionol minita ka de nyinila ya stop itol la bankol be nyami itol ya lon yeta wo kodol ta ye bagas betol sa ye lopitan joram betol sang ye samba ye ken na nyen na lopitanol kon wala ye lopitan betol yel British ol ye Medical Research Council soto na banko kan ndebota fajarale wo banko minta tol bulu ntol nga lonne because ntol la satemu still keno lebe fari wo MRC kono mi yalonko British High Commissioner se loptan woro fango lono wo kono bari no ibe tarla siri ne ni pareta wati mina ya foko mbe nyi million nangam le nyi kala ngadi Gambia government la ibe democracy la londikan itol tubab kilingol le binala ngaje la newspaper sol kono ko Gambia la talante harama dingol la talante be ila balunya ibe fuare ya e dumalal ibe wo fole la newspaper be wo safela itol be sirin na banko kan wati kanaje tol ni nyimman sa kundal be nyim millionol di kan nyol